Hello, dear students. Today we are going to start the next portion of our environment chapter. In this session, we are going to study about the environment elements, okay, and which are the things which used to responsible for the or contributing inside the environment to becoming as a pollutant one. Okay, so what are the causes, which are the things very important to be away from the so many pollutions and other toxic things, okay, which makes our environment as a very toxic and polluting one. Okay, so we are going to see those things and what will be the effects on human beings and other living beings. Okay, and along with that we are going to see some materials or whichever the things which we use in our daily life, how to dispose them. Okay, what will be and what should be their management way. Okay, these things we are going to see here. So we will move towards our topic, so that is the pollution. So see now here, one more question will arise here about the environment. How do we contribute to the environment problem? So is there any our contribution? Yes, is there any contributions to environment from our side? Yes, there are so many contributions like disposal of waste, okay, ozone layer depletions, and extinction of wildlife. So these are some important things. Okay, means keeping environment away from any waste. Okay, and increasing the ozone layer and what can we say that maintaining or retaining the wildlife for a longer time on the earth. So these are the positive things. Okay, but we are doing against them, means like disposing of waste material in anywhere, means without disposing in proper ways we are throwing them anywhere wherever we wish, is it? So ozone layer depletion is, we are going to see in details what is it mean, what is mean by the ozone and all these things. Okay, so extinction of wildlife means in diversity chapter you have learned in ninth standard, there we have studied how to retain, okay, how to take care of the wildlife animals which are going to be extinct. Okay, and that should be exist for a longer time on the earth. So just to predict them, what the things we can do, that is also one part of the environment, because environment is nothing but surrounding us whichever the living and non-living things are present, is it? So now, first of all, we will see the pollution means what. Is it? We know that whatever the toxic substances will when mix up with environment, like any things like that, may be through the airs, that may be water, or that may be any type of the microbes. Is it? That time we can call it as a pollution, the mixing of a toxic substances into a particular things. Now we are talking about the environment, is it? So major part of the environment is nothing but the atmosphere. So atmosphere is nothing but the air is a mixture of number of gases, is it, elements, chemicals, water droplets, water vapor, whichever the present in the nature or the air, is it atmosphere, that is nothing but a mixture of air. Now the air pollution is what? See, the air pollution is nothing but it's mostly affects on our body. Okay, so see which are the pollutants which makes the air as a pollution or call it as air pollution. That is introduction of pollutants, organic molecules or other hazardous substances. Hazardous means which is very dangerous and toxic one, means at a high level. Okay, into the earth's atmosphere. There is nothing but a air pollution, means introduction, means mixing up of toxic pollutants, organic molecules and the hazardous substances. Now that may be natural and man-made also. So what will be the natural one? Forest firing. Obviously, if the forest fire will happens, then number of trees will get fired out, is it burn out, and due to that it will convert into a ash, and along with that whatever the smoke will create, is it, that will be spread inside the air, is it, that only we are going to inhale, and that will be a toxic one also. Next, that is the dust storms. Obviously, whenever the storm will create, whatever the dust or the soil whichever the present on the surface of the earth, that is going to be spread all over, is it. Next, that is the volcanic cavity. Obviously, volcanic activities also create a lots of pollution, is it. Next is man-made things. Which are the man-made creating air pollution? Like power plants, obviously. Next is power plants are nothing but a high level of plants, means what we can say, a large scale of industrial production, is it, and small scale, all these things means where actually the high amount of production is going to be takes place at such a places. Who is going to be create or build up? Only the human beings for our necessities, is it. Next is that is the homes and industries. Obviously, residential purposes we are going to be polluted. Next is industries. Obviously, just we have talked. Refineries. Obviously, to refine oil, lots of amount of energy is required, and for their refineries process, the whatever the chemicals are going to be exhaust out, that is going to be mixed up with a air, is it. Next is the transportations. Due to the high transportation, we know that if the production will be more in the industries or the companies, is it, what happening, there is going to be release the lots of amount of sorry, they will require the many number of transportation processes, is it, means a number of vehicles will be requiring many numbers. It means that indirectly or directly they are going to be releases the lots of amount of gases whichever they are using for the driving their vehicles, is it. Due to the vehicles, the whatever the gases release out, that is increasing day by day more, because the transportation is requiring, because the whatever the production will takes place, it's not exactly on the same area, is it, it is from various countries or the states. That's why transportation is must, and that is also creating a air pollution by releasing the different carbon monoxide like gases. Next is ozone layer. What is mean by the ozone? First of all, you must know. So ozone means what? It is a O3. So it is formula, and we can say it indicates like a O3, is it. O2 is nothing but a molecular oxygen, that is nothing but a oxygen element. Now O3 is ozone is a deadly poisonous. So O3 is very deadly poisonous, but it has one benefit, guys. Because of that only we are surviving on the earth, not only us, all the living beings. Okay, how that we see here. So ozone is deadly poisonous. It's formed at higher level of atmosphere, so it is used to be created at the high level of atmosphere. So in the image, if you able to see, you can see there are the 2 3 layers after on the earth. Okay, after there only the ozone layer is going to be created. Above that, the sun rays are going to be initiated or going to be produced and penetrate on the earth, is it. So now the logic is that here whatever the UV rays, we know that ultraviolet rays are very harmful, is it, and if they directly come contact in with our skin or any other organisms, then what happens, then it will create any type of a higher chronic type of a diseases. Okay, so that's why the ozone layer used to protect the earth atmosphere from the direct coming of the direct penetrating the sun rays, that is nothing but in the form of a ultraviolet rays. Okay, now a portion layer around the earth which is absorb the harmful UV radiations of the sun. So what is the role or the good or the positive thing of the ozone layer? Even if it is a deadly poison, then also it used to protect the UV radiation. How? it used to absorb the UV radiations whichever is coming from the sun. Okay, so this is about the ozone layer. It is a O3. Okay, so now why we are learning here, we have to study or mostly focus on the ozone layer depletion. Depletion means reducing. Okay, so totally it's vanishing out. So what happens here, the decrease in the amount of ozone in the atmosphere, the decreasing in the ozone's amount. Okay, there should be a much particular range of ozone in the atmosphere, then only the whatever the UV rays are coming on the earth, that should be get whatever the harmful things will be there, that will get absorbed by the ozone, and remaining whichever the good amount of heat we require for our body and the other purposes for the photosynthesis process, that comes, is it? So now here, the decreasing in the amount of ozone that atmosphere is termed as a depletion of ozone layer, decreasing in the amount of ozone. Okay, now what will be the causes if the ozone layer will be decrease out? Okay, the ozone layer will be some no more, then what will be the causes? Then the use of chlorofluorocarbon will be more. So chlorofluorocarbon, it is one element which is inert, okay, which is a colorless and odorless and non-toxic also. And now due to that what happens, we used to the use of chlorofluorocarbon will be more. So CFCs is released into the atmosphere, react chemically with ozone molecule and are depleting the layer. So what happens here, due to the high use of chlorofluorocarbon, mostly used in the industrial purposes. Okay, because it is a non-toxic and inert one. So what happens if such a things will be happen, if the ozone layer will be get less down, and in such a cases the CFCs will be mix up with ozone layer, then what happens, it will be mix up with it, so release it into the atmosphere, react with chemically with ozone molecules and deplete or decreases the ozone layer. So this is happens. Now what will be the effects if the ozone layer will be get deplete? So see here, the skin cancer like problems, okay, leukemia, breast cancer, damage, it can damage the human system also. Now and again it can damage the whole plant or the trees whichever the varieties present on the earth. Okay, so what we have to do here, a limited production of CFC should be there. So whatever the chemicals which releases from the industries, okay, at the factories, that should be a limited one. So what can be the controls that we do, we should do a limited production of a CFCs. Now minimize usage of pesticides, that should be also there, and usage of eco-friendly household cleaning products. So whatever the products which we use in our home for the house choices, is it, that should be in minimum percentage, then only we can save the ozone layer. Okay, so this was about the how actually the environment is getting harmed by this reduction of processes. So ozone layer if it will get decreased, so these will be the problems. And now if the air pollution will be there, then that could be by the human beings or that could be by the naturally also. If such a problem will be there, that only getting harm to the environment only. Okay, it means directly it's affecting the human beings health too. Okay, now next is that is the garbage management. So garbage management is consisting of so many things, we are going to see one by one. So first of all, the garbage management means what, it involves the all the activities and the actions required to manage the waste from its inception to its final disposal, means from initially where it is going to be producing until now where it is going to be disposed. So whole this process is nothing but a garbage management. So it is nothing but a all the activities and the actions in that we are using the different type of materials in the form of as a later it will become as a waste. Is it the waste which is going to be created from initial point to the till we are throwing it? Is it? So all this process is nothing but a managing. So now here what happening, ensures the environmental best practices are followed along with the proper monitoring and regulations. Whenever if we are using any type of a particular things or the objects or the stuffs, that should be, after using it should be disposed at a particular proper ways. Okay, it should not throw anywhere. I am going to give the example so you can understand better. So that whole process should be in a monitoring and regulating way, then only the garbage management is called as a proper management process. Okay, so now here some points are included, some like solid waste. There are, we know that solid waste, liquid waste and gaseous waste, there are the three types of the waste. Is it? So one of that we are going to study about here, that is the solid waste. So solid waste is including everyday items whichever we used to discard. Is it? And by public, the things which we used to be make in public places, that waste also it included inside the garbage. Next is, that is the garbage which we mostly use in community places. Okay, for example like we can say like offices, hospitals and shops. Okay, all these are the solid waste which we mostly use in our daily day to day life, and we used to be throw if not disposed in a proper ways. Okay, if we have not disposed in a proper ways, that should be in such a way that it should not create harmful to the environment, cannot disturb the environment. In such a way we have to be take care. That's why we are learning here. Now solid waste means you have understood. So now we will see some examples. So what causes the accumulation of a solid waste? So if the accumulation of the solid waste will be there more on the earth or the inside the environment, what will be the causes? See guys, for example like in a domestic waste, what will be the waste we normally used in our homes? For example like a kitchen, whatever the product food materials we are using. Okay, after if it will be over left, then what happens, we used to be keep in refrigerator, or else if it will be for over or maybe more over more days of leftover, then what happens, we used to be dispose it. Sometimes some of the people they dispose in a dustbin, some of they used to be disposed or discard outside anywhere nearby their home. Is it? So these are some ways. Now there are the domestic waste consisting like a sewage also, whatever the excreta and the toilet or the whatever the waters we use for daily purposes, that is nothing but going inside the sewage. Next is the unnecessary things, whichever the unnecessary things means, see guys, if we need a particular amount of water per day. Okay, but instead of that what we are doing, we are using more amount of water. It means that the next day amount of water we are wasting in a one day only. Is it? So that is a unnecessary usage. And along with that, one more example I can give, the electricity. If unnecessary we are using electricity, or that may be a fan, or that may be a bulb or the tube. Is it? Even if the in daytime also we are using, it means that that is a unnecessary usage. Next is industrial waste. So industrial waste like ashes, coal, paper, rubber, waste. So see what happening here. So after burning, the ash is going to be created. Next is the coal. Obviously, it will be necessary. Next is the paper, rubber, and the waste. These are some examples for the industrial waste. So what will be the community waste? That may be hospital waste like a syringe, any of the medicines or the drugs, tablets, all these if maybe manufacturing date have gone expired, all these things. Is it? Next is the official work objects like papers and all these things, envelopes. Next is the shops, whatever will be the wrappers and any other spoiled things. Next is agriculture waste like husk, the covering of the grains, straw, fibers, all these things are nothing but the solid waste. What these are? These are the solid type of the waste. Now, types of the solids. So there are the solid waste types are there. First one, that is a biodegradable waste. Second one is a non-biodegradable waste. First of all, you must know what is mean by the biodegradable. See, bio means it's living being consisting. Okay, degradable means going to be breakdown into a simpler form. That is actually meaning a biodegradable. It means a process in which the degradation happening with the help of some living things. That is nothing but a biodegradation. It is a basic thing. Okay, just to understand in a simple way. Now, non-biodegradable means no any living beings are going to be involved in such a process of breaking down this complex material into the simple form. Is it? See now, what is the use of a biodegradable and non-biodegradable in the solid waste? If we are disposing some of the spoiled food or any type of the materials from our house or any type of industrial or community or agriculture, so it should be get degrade. Is it? Whenever we dispose outside, it should be get degrade or it should be get break down into a simple form. Is it? Then only it will mix up with the soil and act as a agriculture purpose or any other purposes. Is it? So now here, waste that can be degraded to a simpler and harmless form. So what happening here? Biodegradable waste, the process in which the complex material is going to be converted into a simpler and harmless form with the help of some microorganisms. That process is called as a biodegradable or the biodegradation process. Now here what happening, the whatever will be the waste in the environment, that is going to be convert into the simpler form with the help of the microorganisms. That is actually the biodegradation process or the biodegradable waste. So non biodegradable waste means the process in which the complex material is not involving any microbes. And another definition, the process of converting the waste material by man-made process or any other human activities process, that is a biodegradable non-biodegradable waste without using any living form or without using any microorganism. So now in biodegradable waste, decomposition done by the microorganisms. And what are the examples? Like papers, vegetables, foodstuffs, wood, and the food materials. So all these are the examples of a biodegradable waste. So these are like a cow dung, excreta, agriculture waste, food materials, all these are get degraded with the help of the microbes. Is it? So microorganisms helps them to degrade inside the soil. Now non biodegradable, like those are extremely slower or no decomposition possible. So for example, like a plastics, pesticides, DDT, industrial waste and metal waste, all these are very impossible to degrade. Is it? They must go through the recycling process, then only they will be used as a reuse. Is it? So this is the way of solid waste how to be degraded by the two ways, that is a one biodegradable waste, another one is by the non biodegradable. So non biodegradable will be go to the next process. So what will be the next process? That is the reduce, recycle and reuse, that is a 3R. See here, in order to save our environment, 3Rs are extremely useful. Obviously, if the non biodegradable waste will be there on the environment, then what happens? The whole earth will be accumulated with the waste material only. Is it? Nowadays there are so many ways of replacing or the reducing or recycling or reusing the material. That's why we are seeing a somewhat clean environment. See now, the reduce means what? Unnecessary usage of natural resources, that should be there. Then only we can reduce the unnecessary usage of materials. For example, like water and electricity, just we have seen the example, like if unnecessary use of water we are doing in a per day, it means that for the next time or the next day, if there will be no more amount of water in our home, is it, or the no storage, then what can we do? We have to be suffer, is it? So it's better that you must use how much amount of you quantity of water you require, that much you must use. Instead of using a tap water, you can store it for a longer time and you can use it whenever you want. Next is electricity. If unnecessary in the daytime you are using a electricity, that may be a fan, that may be a light tube or the bulb, it means that in the daytime you know that you are seeing a sunlight and you are getting a light naturally. So why the uses of manufacturing things? Is it in night time or the evening time, you can use it, but unnecessary don't use. Okay. Next is that is a recycle. How can we do the recycling? Recycle and use the natural resources in a different forms or the ways. So how can we use? We know that from the plastic things nowadays they are preparing the more plastics by collecting the plastic bottles. Is it, some people used to come in the colonies and the streets, they used to be collect the plastics and the metal things. Why? Just to make them new one. Is it, recycle is nothing but from the waste material making it as a new one, giving it as a new form. So waste segregations is the must to recycle. Then only the plastic bottles or the any other plastic things which are going to be disposed from the industries or the hospitals, that should be recycled and used for the other purposes. Next is reuse. So how can we do the reuse? Use the same resources again and again. So what can we do? We can use the same products for the next purpose. For example, like papers. If the paper we are buying for just reading only, is it, we cannot throw it again, is it? We had to be apply our mind, and from that paper what can we do? We can use to be make a different things. We can use it for the other purposes also. Next is for example like envelope. If the envelope is came for a single time, then what can we do? We throw it, is it? Instead of that we can store something. Nowadays by the envelopes, like by the parcels or anything which comes, that comes in a biodegradable papers or the cover, is it? That also we can use for other purposes for storing, is it? Next is that is the bottles. Jams and sauces bottles are available in the market. Instead of throwing after the complete or after completely use of that jam and the sauce, we can store other food materials if required, is it? Next is like a Bomita bottles and other bottles which come in the market, that can we reuse. We can use it for the storing or we can use it for the making other decorative materials, is it? That is a reuse. The last portion is that judicial use of energy for our environment. So judicial use means what are the actual, how can we prefer some things to save or use a particular energy from our from a particular things. So some examples I can give here, like prefer a stairs over a lift, means instead of using a lift we can use a stairs, steps. Okay. Prefer a tube light over a bulbs. Instead of using a bulb, it requires a lot of voltage. So instead of that we can use a tube lights. Prefer a cycling over a bus, obviously. If a particular person is using only a bus, okay, means for example like for the school, okay, if everyone is coming by the bus, okay, no, one example like that, if no much peoples are there by going by using a bus, if they are preferring the bus, if peoples, if we use the cycles, it means that that will be no pollution will be created. Next is prefer the bus over a car, means instead of using a car we must use the bus, is it, the as a public transport, is it? So this was about the our environment chapter. So for any doubts and difficulties you can ask me. Till that, thank you.